Are you well on your way adventuring in the world of Zero Sievert, but you are still in need of more tips and tricks that will help you enjoy the game, elevate your gameplay, and kick ass at the same time? Well, my friend, as always, I am here to give you a helping hand. In this video, we will continue on our journey to cover as many tips and tricks possible and to get you familiar with the game's mechanics, and everything else needed to elevate your gameplay and enjoyment at the same time. If you watched my previous video on Zero Sievert, and you should, I will link the video for you in the top right. At the end of that video, my game and whole PC decided to crash. The cause? Terrible blue screen of death. And that's all thanks to our friend Nvidia. But on that a bit later. Because of this crash, I lost pretty much all equipment I had and was struggling to recuperate. Also, in the meantime, since my last tutorial, the game got updated a lot, a good quality of life improvement. All this was a reason I decided to start from scratch. As always, I will give you as many tips and tricks as possible, but I will incorporate more gameplay and try to do all the quests and progress the game, cause some of the people might have a hard time with some of the quests. This way I can help those people as well. I will though cut all the boring stuff off, so you don't have to sit through it and decide if you want to swallow acid or watch the video itself. So, what changed from the last time? Well, the big main change was that NPCs now drop proper loot, meaning the guns and equipment they had as they shoot you, now they drop fully. Everything on the mod side, everything on the gun side and equipment side. So that was huge improvement. Previously that was not a case, and it made life in Zarkov a bit tougher. As always, make sure you equip everything you need, mainly weapon, armor, bag, food and meds. Also, do not forget to accept all the quests needed. Go to Barman, go to the Networker, and later on go to other factions and accept all the quests available, because they do have their benefits. Now, let us go into our first raid. As always, first thing you need to do when you enter the raid is reload all of your guns. And scope out your surroundings. You never know where the enemy is. The NPCs can spawn just around the corner or in front of you, and you need to be prepared to shoot them and defend yourself. Otherwise, they will ruin your day. First thing, let's do a quick scientist quest. Get it out of the way. On the way there, I stumble upon a hidden stash. It's always a good thing to keep an eye on these, because they can have some good loot. And apart from that, I stumbled upon a camp. The camp had only 2 guards, but it was guarding much more than I expected. And as I said many times before, thanks to the Mosing, its range and power, dealing with these 2 guards was a piece of cake. They were guarding some incredible loot, mainly the car battery and a propane tank. Why am I so excited about it? Well, you need both of those for later upgrades. Well, you need propane tank, and you need a lot of propane tanks to upgrade your forge, and in my opinion, after the update, it is a must. I'm gonna use this opportunity to ask you, tell me in the comments down below if you're interested in me making a video about all the modules that are available for your bunker to install, cause after the 1.0 update, some of these modules are amazing, but they are more tedious to build now than ever before. So I completed the game, I have unlocked everything there is to unlock, so I can make a short video about every single module there is in the game, so that you don't have to go through the hassle collecting the items and building it yourself, just to realize that this module is not something for you. So this way you'll have an overview and a short explanation about every single module, and at the end I will give you, of course, my 2 cents about it, which modules are a must and which modules should you focus on. And now back to the game. We need to retrieve that analyzer. And as you can see, analyzer is in the middle of anomalies. Some anomalies, like the green one, can be seen all the time and you can avoid it easily, but the others, like fire anomaly, can't be seen and disappears from time to time. So you don't know where it actually is. If you are unsure if there is an anomaly in front of your face, You can spam G on your keyboard. That way you can fling nuts and bolts in all directions, and those will trigger the anomalies, making them much more visible and easier to spot, and in the end avoid and stay alive. Now, thanks to all the amazing loot we got from the previous camp and completed one quest, I decided to dart towards the extraction point. On my way there, I stumbled upon another camp and a lot of gunfire. I was unsure what to expect, so I approached very carefully. I managed to surprise one of the bandits and kill him, but I did get shot and I started bleeding. I needed to pull back and bandage myself, stop the bleed. I thought I was at a safe distance, but this was a first time for me as well. The bandits started to charge me. Thanks to Mosen's superior range, I was able to repel them, and it's time for another tip. Sometimes it is better to run away, play it safe and fight another day, than to be a Rambo and die in the process. Cause this game will punish every one of your mistakes, especially on a higher difficulty, so keep that in mind. Thanks to these generous bandits, I was able to score me a new, better armor. It was time to investigate the camp further. One more guard at the entrance, easy to take out. And as I said before, spam those nuts. It will save your life at some point. One more tip for you: if you're over-encumbered and you're moving at a slow pace, you can always drop some of your heavy stuff on the ground and explore the camp. Being able to move faster, that's gonna give you an edge over the enemy. And later on, pick up your stuff. If you're new to the game and you are not well experienced, I would always suggest move slowly and clear your corners and clear everything around you. You can hear the enemy, but sometimes they stand still and they can surprise you, so pay attention. Later on, when you get more experience, it's going to be easier to clear the camps and you will react faster. Also, you will have a better armor, that way you can soak up more shots. So, conclusion, this camp was a huge find. Apart from finding new armor, better gun and a repair kit, I found another propane tank. Huge thing, considering how many you need to upgrade your bunker. Now, with all these items, I'm definitely way over encumbered, even to the point if I take them all I won't be able to move. But, as always, I'm here to help and give you another tip. If you come into a situation like this and you have too many items that are weighing you down, you can always do a couple of mule trips. What do I mean by that? Well, you drop down everything that's weighing you down and pick up only those items that you can carry at a full speed. Now you go straight to the extraction point. Once at the extraction point, you get into the extraction circle and open your inventory menu. That way you stop the countdown timer and you can unload everything you have in your inventory down onto the ground. Once done, you close your inventory window and run back to the place where the rest of your loot was. Pick up the rest of your loot and do as many runs as necessary until you have consolidated everything you have at the one place, namely the extraction point. While consolidating the loot and doing my mule rounds, I came across another gun, namely ECM. ECM is one of those guns that can carry you for a very long time. It's very powerful, it uses M62 ammo, can deliver a good punch, it has good range and can serve you for a very, very long time. So, another tip for you: if you do come across a ECM, do pick it up and bring it with you, because it is one of those guns that will pay off in the long run. Now, if you're on your last mule run and you have everything else already consolidated, you get into the extraction circle and open the box laying on the ground. Take everything you can with you. Don't even consider yourself about the weight you have, because you do not have to move. You are already in extraction circle. That way you can jam pack your inventory full to the brim and take everything that you physically can with you and extract with the most loot possible. It was a pretty good raid, almost 40,000 rubles made and 144 experience. I did not do any of the quests, I only managed to complete a sub-quest of a first quest, but it's all fine, cause I managed to extract with a full inventory of loot. Some of that I stashed in, the rest I sold to the vendor and got some money out of it. I did repair the ECM a bit, but it was still around 75%, which means it will jam, and it might jam actually in a wrong moment and get me killed, so I decided to leave it in my inventory until I can repair it a bit better. For now we are going back to the Mosin. As always, do not forget your medicine, something to eat, something to drink. You can always go to the doctor. Get yourself healed up and go to the barman and get your hunger and thirst sorted out and go back to the next raid. Now at the start of the second round I have another tip for you. Do not make the mistake I just did. If you haven't noticed, I forgot every single ammo, either for my Mosin or for my handgun. I left it in my inventory in bunker. But as always, do not panic. Luckily I had my Mosin fully chambered, meaning I had 5 bullets in it. That should be enough to kill hopefully 5 people if I do it right and do not miss. And that's exactly what I did. I did get lucky, and the bandits close to me were fighting one another or fighting something else, I don't know, but it definitely distracted them and gave me opportunity to take them down and get myself a couple of guns with ammo. I ended up taking shotgun and PPSH. That should help me to complete this mission. While trying to arm myself, I heard a gunshot and a wolf howl, and we need wolves for our first quest. As well as I was very interested in that gun. I wanted that gun for myself. So I started investigation. Detective Mianimus was on the case. After exploring the surroundings nervously, I stumbled upon this guy, and he had a gun I wanted. The fight that ensued was a interesting one, to say the least. So let's kick in the music. Enjoy the shenanigans. Well, don't judge me on this. He did have an automatic weapon and I only had shotgun with buckshot, so it wasn't the most gracious fight, but I did win in the end. And I did score me a new gun, a better gun, thankfully, because the buckshot wasn't doing much as expected. But hey ho, there are situations like those in the game, so be prepared. And I figured out where the wolf howl was coming from. Sadly, the wolf was already dead. After I explored the south side of lumber mill and it wasn't worth anything, I just got a couple of scraps out of it, I decided to move to the north side. From my previous experience, I knew there were 2 red guards. Those were a bit tougher and more aggressive than the normal bandits. Just like that, I experienced a Houdini moment. A guard that wasn't previously there just appeared out of thin air. It did got me surprised. I tried to shoot him, I ran out of the bullets and started running away. Gun jammed as well, by the way, but I managed to kill him. After scoping my surroundings, I decided to do a cheeky looting. Then this happened. I got cocky, so please do not do this mistake. First, And foremost, always clear your surroundings before you start looting anything on the map, because stuff like this happens frequently and you can lose your life pretty fast. This time I did get lucky and I managed to survive, but it taught me a lesson, and the gun that fired at me was a huge caliber and I only had an SMG, so I decided not to tackle the problem, but to go towards the extraction. On the way to extraction, I completed a quick side quest and got an analyzer from a dead scientist. Remember those nuts I told you to spam around? Those nuts make this quest a lot easier. Extraction point was still miles away and it was getting dark. I needed to hurry. On my way to extraction point, I came across another camp and gunshots, but being full on inventory, lacking medicine and having some questionable guns and no ammo, I decided to ignore it and make my way onto extraction point. But in my way stood the wolves. Wolves we needed to complete our first quest and I decided to tackle them. But I did not expect there to be so many wolves. Again, I was cocky and I this time paid the price. I got killed. I do hope you managed to learn something in this video, either through my tips or through my own mistakes I made along the way. I would appreciate it if you could take a couple of seconds of your valuable time and give me your feedback in the comments below, or at least leave a like or dislike on the video. That way I can know if people are satisfied with what I do or if the videos need more work. There is more to come, of course, so as always, stay tuned, click that ring button to get notified as soon as the next video comes up. Before I do end this video for today, I would like to take a couple of seconds and apologize for not posting so long. Like I said in the intro, I had huge problems with my GPU and with my PC. Just before my last video, I switched from AMD GPU to NVIDIA 4080 Super. After all those reviews and everyone saying now that you started with your content creator journey, NVIDIA is a better choice for you because of all the perks and twerks. And honestly, since then I only had problems with my PC. I would never ever do that mistake again, and in first possibility I will switch back to AMD because I never had problems like these before. I could not play any game without randomly crashing. It doesn't matter if it's online or offline. Even if I lowered all the settings down to nothing, it just did not work. I could not even edit my videos because DaVinci editing software was slowing down, stuttering, or just plain crashing. And this will be one last tip for you in this video. For those out there that are experiencing same or similar problems with NVIDIA GPUs, there is something called GPU timeout in Windows. And by default, if your GPU is idle more than 2 seconds, it will cause a GPU driver to reset, and that on its own causes the crash. Why does a GPU go idle when used? That beats me, I don't know. I cannot explain it. But basically that was the workaround I did. I created a new registry in Windows registry folder and I set the timings to 60 seconds, and since then I crashed maybe 1 or 2 times. But it's definitely way better than before. And this is perfect opportunity to end this video. I hope you enjoyed the video, you managed to learn something. If you did, you know what to do. Subscribe, leave a like or dislike. And of course, as always, take care of yourself, take care of others, and be nice. Till next time, bye bye.